Good evening, folks. How are you guys doing? Good evening. Yeah, nurse, I'm not really feeling too well, but I did get some rest. I came home, went straight to sleep, and I woke up about 8:18, and I posted that message, and then I said I need to go ahead on and give you guys an update because I have some stuff to say. So I didn't want 2 days to go by and we not talk about it. But let me say hello to those folks in the chat. I'm just not showing myself, okay? Can I do that today? Not show myself. Hey Kiki, y'all. I met Kiki. Hey Nurse. Hey Momo. Hey Robin. Hey Rob. Hey Alda. Hey Brittany. Hey Momo again. Nurse again. Hey Mel. Hey Kenzie. Hey Keith J VK. Hey Jessica. Hey Janet. Hey Trina. Hey Danny. Apples here. Thank you. Hey Rick. I'm feeling a little bit better. I just have to drink a lot of water. I have to remember when I went to jail, when my sugar was super high. They gave me a lot of water, so I have to drink a lot of water to get myself regulated, I guess. Hey, Leandra King. Hey, Dee Dee, Teresa, Rainy Rain, Trissy. Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm gonna wait for a few more minutes while I drink some more water. Oh, the bottle's finished. Just hold on a second. Let me get another bottle. The bottle's finished. I'm drinking water like a fish. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna put my headphones on and see if I sound better through the headphones or not. Hold on a second. She hasn't left for her trip yet. She went to go get her hair done. Um, the girl who was supposed to have been doing her hair, man, canceled out on her at the last minute. And she had to go find some place to go get her hair done. And can y'all hear me? Is that better? I have on a headphone now. You've been watching me all day. Thank you, 305 OG. Wait, let me give a shout out to two subscribers who I met today. I met Kiki. Shout out to Kiki. Oh, she's a beautiful, beautiful young lady. Beautiful. When I tell you beautiful, had those pretty braids in her hair and everything beautiful. And then I met he said his name. Um, what is his name? P P Rick, P Nick, something like that. I'm sorry. I know he's gonna get me because I asked him what was his name and he was like Miss Sylvia. We were at J&J Fish and he called out my name and I was like, no P Diddy, stop it, you digging me? It was not no P Diddy. It was P Rick or Rick P. Well, he know who he is. It wasn't PU. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all silly. Okay. But anyway, shout out to him. Shout out to him. I always meet my wonderful subscribers. And I just hope I don't meet any stalkers because they claim I'm a stalker, but I don't know how I have time to stalk anybody. But anyway, because I'd be so busy doing my work. But let's get started. I really have a lot to say. You got a big Okay, he said he has a big question. Please let Ask it. Go ahead. Ask your question, 305 OG. Do you know a YouTuber? Oh, Mac. Please don't put these people name in my chat. I don't know this dude. I don't care to know none of them. I really don't. Here's the key. They have my name in their mouth. That's the key. They have my name in their mouth. Marinate on that one. Hey Sylvia, what do you think about what SETI said? If you don't know, I typed it at mess. Did you see the way the judge looked at Chard when the agent said I'm not an expert? Mm. You said you can't hear me? My sound went out? Y'all can't hear me? Y'all can't hear me? Should I take the headphones off? Can y'all hear me better now? I took the headphones off. I was trying not to have the echo because I'm in the open room. Okay. I'm buffering? How am I buffering? I'm in a good Wi-Fi. I went out when he asked a question about SETI. What was the question? I didn't see a question yet. She said, I watched SETI video and I agreed that if the Wayne shooting was planned. I didn't watch SETI's video. We'll watch it together in a minute because they're not going to answer it. I didn't watch it yet because remember, I came home and went to sleep. I came home and went to sleep, so I don't know. Had surround better to me, but you buffered through your SETI reading. I don't know what y'all talking about. All right, I'm gonna stop reading y'all, and I'm gonna go ahead on and show what I need to show because too many stuff being said, and I can't get with it right now because too many things, and whatever you're saying is delayed from what I am because everything's at least 8 to 10 seconds delay, so I don't know what the heck you're talking about. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna ignore the the chat for a moment. I'm gonna ignore the chat for a moment so I can play the stuff from today so we can talk about it. And then I got some information for you guys. Okay? That sounds good. All right. First I wanted to tell you about I told you about I met Kiki, beautiful, beautiful lady. Um, Next I wanted to tell you that during our break, I went upstairs to Jeff nephew's here court case, and you guys, I told you his trial started yesterday, um, and they have the jurors seated, and let me tell you the demographic of his jurors. Okay, there is a total of 14 jurors on his case, right? Out of those 14 jurors, there are 8 white women, 4 white men, 2 black men, and 1 black woman. That is the demographic, and you get to see them, and you see, their interaction, and then also the judge. You get to see the judge. The judge is a judge from another county. They did not use Fulton County judge. He's from Cleveland, Georgia, pretty far away, but they used him. So I just want to give you the demographic of that one. But I didn't stay too long, so I can't give you all the information from that. But they had an expert up, and she was talking about domestic violence, who gets reported more, and they were saying more African American women are are basically the highest in death of in a domestic violence situation. Who is his attorney? His attorney is Manassas. Remember the little guy that was representing Farley? He's the um, he's the attorney for him. All right, let's go to YSL. Let me go ahead and put YSL up here. Yeah, his family. I mean, he has his brother, two brothers. One is in jail serving time. The other brother is his trial supposed to start June, the end of June. He got a nephew right now that is in at trial. So his family, and you got a couple of other brothers and cousins and stuff like that are in the penal system, in the justice system. Okay. All right, let's go ahead on and let's show. I'm going to start where Chard is asking the witness questions. Okay.
Cross. Mr. Sharp, go ahead, sir.
Mr. Chard was very short, to the point, and done. I bet you the jury appreciates that.
Yeah, can we take that? Yeah, just push it over to the right.
Not good with these things.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
there we go.
Hey,
Oh, all right.
that's it.
Your Honor, may I take down some of these demonstratives?
Yes, you may.
I am going to keep. No, I'm going to keep that. What is that number for that?
His name is Chard. Charddt. The S is silent. Well, it's not Chard. It's like a shard. The C is silent. I don't know.
Okay.
No, it's SCH, not SH. It's SCHARDT. It's a C in his name. I have his card. It's a C in his name. There it is. Wild Spirit. There it is. There it is. I got it. SCHARDT. Hey, Micah.
So for the record, Your Honor, we're going to mark the chart that dealt with 3383 as 175 echo.
There you go. Weezy got it right there, Weezy.
You said 173 and 174?
175 to 174.
Okay. 170. Echo. Okay.
So 175 Echo and 175 Charlie. I'm sorry, 175, 174 Echo and then 175 Echo
Yes, sir.
as demonstrative.
As the monitor.
All right.
May it please court, Your Honor?
Yes, go right.
You said the
ahead.
sound is
Sir.
low. Hold on, let me put it up.
Detective Ricey, how are you?
Doing well, sir. Thank you. How are you?
I'm
How's
well.
that?
Good afternoon.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you just a few questions.
How's the sound
and I'm
now?
going to start out with 174E and 175E that was just labeled, and behind
Act
you. And
like
that
old
is
people can't
a
hear.
chart that was created by the state based on your testimony, correct?
Yes, sir.
Based on historical cell records
That's an old
for
non-hearing.
two different numbers.
Yes, sir. CDRs.
Okay. And I just want to
I'm just
clarify.
spoken.
In the beginning, we were asking about where phones were located. Do you remember those questions?
I remember questions similar to that. Yes, sir.
Okay. In fact, these cell phone records, these historical cell phone records identify cell towers in the location of cell towers, not phones, correct?
So part of that statement is true, and part of that statement I would say is incorrect.
Okay. You can clarify.
The CDRs actually do a little bit more than that, but yes, they provide you with the cell tower location, and they provide you with a little bit more information regarding to the location of
Oh,
the phone as well.
you're talking about vectors and things of that nature.
Yes, the actual cell site directions, and yes.
Okay, but when you were talking about longitude and latitude from the cell phone records, you were talking about the longitude and latitude of the location of the cell phone tower, correct?
Correct. That's what we were allowed to discuss. Yes, sir.
Not the location of particular phones.
That's correct. The location of the specific location of the phones was not in my testimony.
Okay. And what these towers indicate on these cell phone records is the tower that's utilized, the cell phone tower that's utilized by a particular phone when it's in use, correct?
Correct. The cell phone is touching or communicating with that tower, and that's what the records show.
And when you say touching, you don't mean physically touching, you mean in communication.
That's correct, sir.
Okay. Cell towers have a particular service radius. Isn't that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Are all cell towers radius the same
I would
size?
I would say they're not.
Do you have any particular information from your testimony today about the cell radius, the service radius of any of the particular towers that you referenced in your testimony?
No, we would have to get into more particularized information.
Okay, y'all. I want to give a bit of information, y'all. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay, I want to give a bit of information. Yeah, y'all know me. I've worked so many different jobs, but one of the main jobs I worked at was the telecommunication company. I used to work for Contel. You know, that's old, y'all. If you guys know, Contel company was old. Then it turned to GTE. Then it turned to Verizon. That's where I worked from 1995 until 2014. So I worked in the telecommunications services company, right? So I am very, very, very familiar with the service, the cell towers, and all that, right? The thing the guy forgot to tell you in his testimony is cell towers, if it's owned by a different company, it might be AT&T as the service plan provider, but if they ride in a different location, where what was that thing called before, where they're roaming, it will pick up a different cell tower. So the stuff he is saying is not concrete. It's just because the towers like jump off and share different thing. And so if you're getting AT&T's information, you might be missing the tower where they was roaming from at that time. So you have to get all the companies that touches those particular towers, because not all the towers are not owned by, say, AT&T or Verizon. So I just wanted to give you guys some of that information. That's why when Fannie Willis was on stand, she talked about it not being reliable. She is absolutely correct, because if you don't have the roaming towers that whatever companies own, you're getting all this stuff from one particular company and don't have all the companies, you're not going to get everything correct. So for them to rely on that stuff without having to know what company did one, where it bounced from, and another company, that's going to be like, yeah, ping. Thank you for the word ping, Jerome. So that information is not what you call scientific information analysis, and then you have to do the deductive reasoning and the errors and all that kind of stuff. Stop laughing, Randa. But I'm just agreeing with Fani when she said that stuff is not reliable. So if they coming into the courtroom saying, "Hey, this is it," and boom, 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 and it's fact, that's not true. Not true. Okay. All right. So I just was going. So I agree with Fani when she says that stuff is not reliable. It's not. Unless they have all the scientific information and all that, all the towers from the other company, then this here, there's some error in the assessments. Okay. All right.
From the providers than what I provided in my testimony.
So you cannot provide exact information about the distance particular cell phones are from the cell towers that you identified in that chart, can you?
Again, my testimony was limited to what I was allowed to testify to in the records that I have. We'd have to go.
So now he's saying his testimony is limited to certain things. So therefore, you was acting like you was an expert about this, about that, and about this. Now all of a sudden, when the defense is up, you backing away from what you said. You're backing away from what you said. Huh? 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 You're backing away? You're backing away, huh? Okay. But a few hours ago, a few days ago, you were an expert. You knew this, you knew that.
Go further to get that sort of information.
Are you familiar with the
He just admitted
tower?
He just admitted he has to go further to get that information. Meaning they don't have all the information. But then you testifying as if you're an expert and you know all this stuff. But you did not tell them, hey, the stuff I might be saying, it might be incorrect because I don't have the full scope of everything. I don't have all the cell tower information. I don't have what company it bounced off in the roaming. Because if you go into another state, you are roaming because all the towers are not owned by the same company. It used to be, but now they sell it off because they didn't want a monopoly out of whoever it was, Verizon at the time, which was a great kilometer at the time because he had 8 companies merged together. Yeah, I know my stuff because that's where I worked. So I know my stuff, okay? So all of a sudden, he's not an expert, people. Not an expert. All right. Not an expert. But they're not going to let the jurors know that.
Were not in service, were not operational on April 26th of 2015.
Again, we would have to go into more information than I was testifying to today or the last few days.
Okay, would those questions possibly be better suited for an expert in cell towers and cell phone geolocation?
Sure, they could be answered by a cell phone expert, but they would still be limited to the information that they have at hand.
Uh-huh.
And you are not an expert.
I was not classified an expert here in this court.
Okay. Now, as part of your, Oh, go.
No, I was saying I haven't been classified as an expert today or the previous days here in this court. My opinion was I probably could be qualified as an expert based off of Georgia law and expertise regarding cell phones.
Okay, and I'm going to ask you, do you, as someone who says that they could probably be considered an expert, can you give us the cell tower radius of the individual cell towers that you referenced in that chart?
Okay, again, my testimony today has been limited to those records. So if I was going to testify as an expert, I would request additional data from those cell phone providers to find out which ones are on and off, and we would have to go in depth in that.
You heard what I'm saying, exactly what I said. Cell phone providers. It's not one cell phone provider, and he only had AT&T's information. He didn't have who else owns the other one going across the state lines. There we go. All right. So what was he there for, y'all? All of this talking for these days. For what? Nothing. Nothing. Wasted time, wasted air.
That manner. But that was, my testimony was not, basically didn't go into that.
That would require information that you don't have here, correct?
In these records, there's not information about which towers were being used or weren't being used. It's just the towers that I guess were being used because that's what the phone's connected to.
Now, you were the lead investigator on this case, this Cobb County case from April 25th going into April 26th, 2015, correct?
Yes, the investigation spanned longer, but yes, that incident. Yes.
I mean, I'm talking about the incident date.
Correct, sir.
Okay, and you're the lead investigator from Cobb County.
That's correct, sir.
Okay. As part of your investigation, you.
Okay, speaking of lead investigator from Cobb County. Okay, y'all. Did y'all get a chance to listen to attorney? What's her name, y'all? Out of y'all can put her name in the chat. I don't mind you putting her name in the chat. Out of Texas, the beautiful young lady who has the glasses, and she talks about she was playing a clip of interrogation of Jeffrey Williams at the Cobb County Jail or something like that. Cadillac Law? Thank you, after class. She has a recording of the interrogation, right? Right. Of course, you guys know. I had to ask questions today about that whole interrogation, right? Listen, I hear that the state does not want that interrogation and be put into the record. I wonder why. Because in that recording, did you guys hear him say, this is investigator David Racy in that call? Have you guys heard? Did you guys hear it? He introduced himself to Jeffrey in that interrogation. Do you guys remember there was a lady and then he came in and he introduced himself? I have the recording. Did y'all hear that? Okay, well, anyway, I found out because I asked questions, you know me. And Kiki is my witness. She was standing there with me when I was asking question. And I hear that they don't want it in. I wonder why. Because you know what? It would help the defense. So we're gonna listen to that I can't even say the word. You know what I'm saying after the class. You know what I'm saying, okay? But anyway, they don't want it in. Because he did interrogate Jeffrey. Okay. Let me go ahead and play this. After class, you know me, I can't say word. Exculpatory. There we go. Exculpatory. Y'all, you know they're gonna mess with me talking about she can't say the word. Look, English was not my first language. I told you that a long time ago, y'all. My brain still think in a different language, okay? Even though I don't speak the different language, my brain still thinks in a different language. English was my second language, okay? Third language, in fact. So stop it. Leave me alone. At least I knew another language.
Obtained, I believe it was a search warrant for my client. My client is Shannon Stillwell for his Instagram records, correct?
I did, sir.
Okay, and do you have the records, the Instagram records in front of you?
I believe, yes, sir.
May I have one? You can give me all of the Instagram records.
Okay. This one's not paperclip, but
Appreciate it. Okay, and I'm looking at 165E and 165EB. This is the response you received for Shannon Stillwell, correct?
that's correct, sir.
Okay, so you requested Instagram records and Instagram responded to your request, correct?
That is correct, sir.
Okay. All of the pictures, the white sports car and all these other pictures that were introduced in evidence before lunch, none of these pictures came from Shannon Stillwell's Instagram. Did that?
That is correct.
They did not.
Your statement was correct. They did not, those pictures we were shown did not come from these records. That is correct.
Thank you.
He destroyed them.
Now,
He destroyed them, y'all. Just a few
you
questions.
were saying, I pointed out the date of the incident. You said the investigation spanned beyond April 26, 2015, correct?
Sure, yes.
It spanned into 2016, correct?
Now you don't remember.
I can't remember. I'd have to look at the date I
Oh,
closed
I don't
the
remember.
investigation, but it certainly spanned at least until the late 2015, possibly into 2016. That's correct.
Would look.
Okay, I just want to confess, y'all. When Shard was doing the cross-examination, I was elsewhere running around, but Kiki was in the courtroom. So I was running around trying to get information for other things. So I knew his testimony was going to be short with Mr. Maxwell. I'm going to say his name Maxwell. That I did not, hear the whole testimony at all. And I said I was going to come back and listen the first time with you guys. I didn't even listen to this, but I knew what the answers with certain things because of my experience. Okay.
Looking at your reports help you tell us when you closed your investigation?
Yes, it would.
Feel free to refresh your recollection.
So it looks like I wrote the conclusion paragraph February 3rd, 2016, but it looks like I might have gotten some records back from some service providers past that date. But
Okay.
the conclusion paragraph, where I'm basically putting the case file together, February 3rd, 2016.
Okay. So you would agree that investigation approximately 9 months?
Yes.
Okay, great. And as part of your investigation, you also, I think you testified that you consulted with Atlanta Police Department and Atlanta police officers, correct?
That's correct.
Listen to the police officers that he corroborated with. Woo, this is a slippery slope that these people have decided to go down because what they're doing is putting a whole bunch of crap, trying to make some sort of soup or some leftovers or something, trying to put some concoction together for the people to eat. And this stuff is not tasting good because it's mixing fish with chicken and all kinds of stuff in that one pot. It's something smelly in that dish. The dish smells really, really bad. And the digestion of the people, they're going to throw up. Okay? I'm just making an analogy here. They're going to throw up because all the stuff that the state is throwing into the pot, and they're making all kinds of rotten apples, rotten chickens, smelly fish, and all of that in there. The people's digestive system is not going to, it's not going to work. They're going to throw it back up.
Including officers from the gang unit, correct?
That's correct.
Including Officer Dennis, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
There it is. Officer.
And you used search warrants and subpoena powers to obtain social media,
That's correct.
including my client's Instagram, correct?
Well, social media is the biggest part of the evidence that they have. The biggest part is social media. Now, y'all tell me something. Isn't the biggest lying folks is on social media? Y'all have seen people driving, standing in front of luxury cars, acting like it's theirs, driving by somebody's apartment and acting like it's theirs, making up all kinds of stuff. Y'all, come on now. And that's where they're getting their evidence from? Their evidence is coming from people that make up stuff and lies. Y'all YouTubers and TikTokers and Instagrammers and X's, it's not Twitter anymore. X's, they all make some stuff up and they lie. All of them are millionaires. All of them makes over 7, 8 figures and all this kind of stuff. And when let me tell you something, my experiences when I met certain bloggers, right? The big time bloggers, I went to their house. They were telling you, oh, I own an 8-bedroom house and all this kind of stuff. I'm telling you, personal experience, y'all. Personal experience. I go into their house, and first of all, they live in the ghetto, right? They're renting their ghetto house, and when you go see the house, I'm like, what the hell is this? Matchbox City. Matchbox. You know the little thing that cars use? That's what I'm talking about. Seti, you should see them. They be saying they got all this kind of money, y'all. I'm telling you. They say they got all this kind of money. When the rubber hit the road, they ain't got a dime. That's why, let me tell y'all something. They call me, they say Sylvia big all the time and all. Sylvia's honest, okay? Sylvia's real. Sylvia ain't playing around. If she ain't got it, she ain't got it. She gonna tell you she ain't got it. And if she asks for it, bet your bottom dollar she needs it, okay? I'm not gonna sit up on the thing and act like I got all of this, got all that, knowing I'm struggling. And that's what YouTubers do, y'all. That's what YouTubers do. Half of them lie, especially the one that be acting like they got all of this. They lie like a rug. You know the rug that lies down that floor on that car over that wood floor. That's what they do. They liars. They fake it. And then you guys, the state is using them as the go-to collaborator of information, putting it together, and they be clipping stuff together to make this story sound good. She said, I know I had some of these ladies on dates. I'm just saying, how in the world the state is using this kind of information? When I tell you lazy, this guy admitted himself. He's a lazy investigator. He goes and gets clippings from YouTubers, y'all. YouTubers who has never stepped inside of a courtroom. YouTubers who have never, they just steal other people's product and put it together, zip it up together, and make a story out of it. And this is what they're using as evidence. Y'all hear me? Those jurors who sneak in looking at this live right here because I know y'all looking at these live. I know y'all because y'all were looking at me up and down today. I saw y'all looking at me. But anyway, and I'm telling y'all been looking at me through that little glass thing. Y'all was staring at me. Y'all had to switch seats around. But anyway, let me just tell y'all, YouTubers, bloggers lie. Just want to tell you, they lie. When the real one tell the truth, y'all don't want to hear the real one because it's not glamorous enough. It's not eloquent. We mess up, y'all, but y'all want to believe the ones who just flow with the words, make things look beautiful, look so like gorgeous, and that's what y'all want. Y'all don't want to see somebody come up here with no makeup, nappy hair, short hair, fat showing, and all. Y'all don't want to see that. No, y'all want to see that perfect stuff. And they're liars. And we're just going to tell you right now. You might be in Atlanta tomorrow. Okay, see you in Atlanta tomorrow. But anyway, but I just want to tell y'all, and they're using that as their evidence. Now, this is crazy. I have never in my life. I don't even value the integrity of any investigation of any people anymore. Not the justice system. Okay? Let me go ahead and play this. Sorry, I just had to rant for a second. Because these people talking about they use the evidence from bloggers. What? They don't even do the work.
Yes, for a period of time on his account, yes.
In the end, you swore out warrants for Jimmy Winfrey in this case, correct?
That is correct.
You did not charge any other individuals for this case, did you?
That is correct.
No further questions.
All right. Any other examiners? Yes, Mr. Steele?
How are you?
Doing well, Mr. Steele.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Of course.
All right. And thank you for your service.
Thanks, sir.
Agent, I'd like to know with the help of
Speaking of people being in the courtroom, where Kiki at?
tonight.
Hold on.
Okay.
Speaking of people being in the court, where Kiki at? Kiki, where are you at? Get out, come out the bushes. Kiki, I need you to verify something with me, Kiki. Kiki, come on out. Come on out, Kiki. Come on out the bushes. Kiki is my witness. She was in the courtroom today. Shout out to Kiki. Kiki, please tell them how many people reporting this. Please tell them how many news folks did you see inside the courtroom. Kiki, come on out. But they giving you so much information on their channel. Give me so much information. Kiki, where you at? Where Kiki at? Where Kiki? You not that Kiki? Okay, I thought it was you, Kiki. Where Kiki at? Kiki need to come into tell Kiki she's being summoned because she can tell you how many journalists, how many YouTubers, how many people that's covering this that's all over social media. How many of them is in there? She ain't here? Okay. Not one except me and the camera person. She was there. Me and the camera person. That's it. I said, Kiki, you make sure you tell the people the truth. She said when she come in the chat, she gonna tell y'all the truth. She was there. She witnessed. I introduced her to the attorneys. Ask Kiki. She'll tell you. I introduced her to the attorneys, the ones I wanted her to know. I even introduced her to some of the other, folks. But ask her. She'll tell you how many people in that courtroom.
I think it's you. State's Exhibit number 162E. I just want to make sure,
162.
yes, that we are tracking each other here. With the court's permission, 162E should be on the court's list of admitted exhibits. If I could show that to the jury with the assistance of Ms. Knight.
You can.
Which one is it? 162E.
Mayor Pro Tem? I did not realize there was.
Okay, after this is finished, I want to should give a shout out to some people, okay? But let me go ahead and play this. I'm gonna get off my rant now, okay?
Yes, you can.
Oh, okay. Oh, the pictures. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I do. Yes, sir.
You can, sir.
Okay, and it's on the screen as well. I just want to orient, you went through a lot of information over several days, if that's okay?
Yes, sir.
This is an item that, I'm not saying it was you personally, but you or your coworkers located in that white Camaro that the jurors have seen photographs of. Fair to say?
Fair to say, sir.
And I just don't want any confusion because they're the same initials, but that JW that is on 162E right now on the screen, you see that?
Yes, sir.
That belongs to, I'm not saying it's his signature, I'm not asking you to identify his signature, but that's not Jeffrey Williams' relation. Is that true?
I would agree. I would agree with that. Yes, correct.
And that is, as far as we could tell from the whole document that's it's attached to, that's Jimmy Winfrey.
I would believe you're correct. Yes.
All right.
That's correct.
Now, and thank you so much, Ms. Knight. And Ms. Knight, if you can allow that to be shared, the Zoom with Haley, that would be great if needed. The white Camaro that we've been talking about.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Does that, in your investigation, have any connection to Jeffrey Williams?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Now, I want to go back to obviously what brought us all together to have the pleasure of meeting with you. It's Saturday, April 25th, going into Sunday, April 26th. Is that the fair days of the week and the dates that we're dealing with at first?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And at that time, you made yourself aware through your investigation that Jeffrey Williams was working and performing in another state on those days. Is that fair to say?
That's correct, sir.
And when I say working, performing, I don't want to mislead anybody. Working on the evening of Saturday, April 25th, 2016, and then we're going to get to how, but then you tracked Mr. Williams coming back through Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, like you testified to.
Correct, sir.
Okay. And on the evening of Saturday, April 25th, 2015, going into the next morning until about 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, whatever your memory is, Jeffrey was outside of the Atlanta, Georgia area coming back towards it. Is that all correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, you also, the way you track that, and you told the jurors, you know, there's two ways to go. There's an upper way and a lower way from Louisiana. Do you remember that type of testimony?
I do, sir.
And the way that you realized how Jeffrey's travel, or at least based upon information belief, was because you associate a certain telephone to Jeffrey Williams. So you surmise that that phone was with Jeffrey Williams' person.
Correct. We know that phone was owned by YSL Enterprises. That phone was in the area that we knew Jeffrey Williams to be, and we have the video evidence of him performing. So yes, we have the connection and the belief.
Oh, wait. The video of him performance, which a blogger put up, okay? Which they got it from somebody who was at the show. Not them getting the information from the legal source. They got it from the blogger. Okay? The video came from the blogger.
That is in his possession, yes, sir.
Okay. And that's how you track the phone on the lower way going from Louisiana through Alabama back to the state of Georgia.
Correct, sir.
All right. Now, I'd like to go through, just make sure we are correctly tracking which phone. And I just use the last 4 digits, but if we need all 7 digits, just tell me and you'll correct me if I'm wrong, okay?
Yes, sir.
The last 4 digits of what we believe I'm going to call Jeffrey Williams' phone during that period of time, April period of time, is 8553. Does that sound right?
That sounds right. And again, I'm not saying he owns that phone. That phone is associated with phone calls and movement that we associate him with. So Yes, that it's there being used, what we think is Jeffrey Williams, yes.
And I think you just said it, but just to be crystal clear, I know that you don't sit there and put that phone and that phone number in his hand, but based upon your investigation, you concluded that the 8553 number is with Jeffrey Williams during this relevant period of time.
Yes, like more likely than not, that phone is associated with YSL Enterprises. That phone was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and we had reason to believe that that phone was owned or operated by Jeffrey Williams.
Now, I want to go back and we'll use anything that you need. So just tell us what you need, because there's a lot of information these jurors are taking in over 7 months now already, okay?
Objections to the comments.
Okay, let me go answer some of the questions that's being asked in the chat. Okay, I know a couple of y'all asking about the bodyguard. The bodyguard, yes, is in the courtroom. He was there yesterday and he's there today. Okay, will I mention his name? If you guys know his name, then you know it. If not, I will not. Let me just tell you one thing I told Jeffrey's sister. One thing about me, y'all, I don't care how much money I will get if I reveal certain things. That's just not me. If a person that told me not to say anything about certain things, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not. I'm serious. Money cannot buy the information from me. He did not say for me to reveal his name, and that's why I'm not revealing his name. The bodyguard was in there yesterday and today. Yes. Okay? The other question, is it open to the public? Yes, it's open to the public. You guys first come, first serve. They do the 7th seat in the back belongs to the public. And if you don't fit in those seat, they have a whole overflow room in 8H, and it has the monitors in there. So if you want to come to the court, you just come on in. All right. Bodyguard, he's Chris Brown bodyguard / Young Thug, but he's really Young Thug's bodyguard. But while he's doing all this, he does it for Chris Brown. That's what they were asking in the chat. Does Jeffrey father go into the overflow? Jeffrey father right now is at the trial for Jeffrey's nephew, which is his grandson. Yeah, his grandson. He's in the courtroom for that. He's there. His family's upstairs. Most of them is going from upstairs to downstairs. Jeffrey's on the 1st floor, and his nephew's on the 5th floor. So they're going from up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay. Any questions? Why is the bodyguard there? To show support. He's there to show support. Infamous Sylvia, I was worried that I would be put into overflow room if I came down there. No, and well, the last couple of days been pretty empty. So you could come if you come on time and early. Because you won't be in the family seating. You still get your 7 seats in the back, and not too many people is coming. I heard that the subpoena was signed today for Rich Kwame. What's his name? Rich. Yeah, I know how to say that name. What's his name? I just answered the question, Jessica. It's open to the public. Okay, let me go read my folks that gave me super chat. Hold on a second. Let me go up a little bit. Let me say thank you to those people. I don't want to, because you guys been giving and I haven't said thank you, and I'm gonna say thank you to y'all. Hold on a second. Let me go. All right, hold on. Let me say hello. Thank you to. Thank you, Weezy, for the super chat. Let me go down. Thank you, Love Nona, for the super chat. Said he give Shard an A today. Oh, he gave him an A? What? What, Sadie? Yo, Sadie be like hard on folks, man. He be giving them bad grades. But he gave him an A. What, Randy? He gave your boy A. Nona said early voting is right now in Georgia. Please encourage Fulton County to get out and vote. I did get on it. Sorry. I did see some people with their little stickers on for voting. I saw them out there because they vote right there at the court building, not the court building, the government building across the street. So I saw them voting. Shout out to those who voted early. No, Jessica, yes, I just answered your question, Jessica. Thank you for the super chat. And Mr. Clean, my faithful Mr. Clean, him and Nona, and so they've been very faithful in their giving. Thank you so much, Mr. Clean. Rich Kwame, yeah, Rich Homie Quan. Thank you. You guys, y'all know I be screwing up people's name. Yeah, they signed. Let me go read it for y'all. Hold on. Shout out to Saucy. Saucy, when I cause I haven't been going to the court to get the those filings, and she's been sending it over to me. So shout out to Saucy. She be like holding your girl down, y'all. She be getting that stuff over to me. Shout out to Saucy. Hold on. I think they had his real name in it. Hold on. I downloaded. Shout out to who gave it to me? Who sent it to me today? A couple of y'all was sending it. I tell y'all be on it. Like Gigi be on it. Eno be on it. They be sending me stuff left and right. Okay. Eno sent it to me as well. His real name is DeQuan. Oh, y'all know I'm gonna mess up this dude's name, right? DeQuanes Lamar, Corey Lamar, and I personally serve Marvin Arrington Jr. on behalf of Corey Lamar and DeQuanes Lamar, both who are witness in the criminal case indicted herein with subpoena for attendance as a witness. Yeah, this thing is like I can't really see it. Well, they're supposed to be here. Oh, he gave him a C? Wait a minute, didn't Nona just say he gave him an A? He gave him a C? What the heck? Oh, Seti, you tripping. Thank you, after class, for the super chat. You are very, very, very best. Thank you for everything you do. Oh, thank you, after class. Seti, what the heck is wrong with you? Yeah, we know. Let's put the link in here because we have some question to ask Seti because Seti done lost his mind. He gave Charter what? A C? What? What's wrong with you? You see what happens when they don't show up to. Let me stop messing with Seti. They just be giving out all kind of crazy what? A C? Nana was telling him to change it. Okay, so okay. What is wrong with him? Thank you, everybody. Thank you to all the new members. I see my membership keep growing and growing every day. Seti, get in here. Come into the principal's office because you need to know. We need to talk to you about the grades system that you've been giving to our people. Yeah, you see, you notice he's not coming up here, right? You see, he's not coming up here, right? H socks. You see, he's not coming up here. Y'all see, he's not coming up here because he's scared. He's scared to come to the principal's office because he know he out of order, out of pocket for giving that kind of grade to Max today. Yes, he has to testify. Yes, he has to testify. Guys, remember I said I was going to answer your talk to you guys about your questions in the chat. I'm answering questions. He's definitely dead wrong for that. Truth be told, do you do you think rich homie Quan will side with the state? I don't know. I don't know what his the relationship is like now. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they calling him. We probably need to do some research, y'all. I'm just like most of you guys. I'm learning this. Infamous Sylvia. You think Rich Kwame Hunt will come to court? Somebody else signed for their subpoena, so that means they are in possession of it. Will they show up? They're not required to, and if they live in a different state, they can't make them. Where's Sadie at, y'all? I'm looking for him. Sadie he hiding now. He was in the bushes. Sadie, get in here, sir. I don't know what I don't see him siding with the state. Manifest my destiny says I don't see him siding with the state. Said he don't like the way Steele asks questions, but still be like, I like how Steele do things. He's very detailed, precise, and he has a method. And his method has not messed him up because his method has helped him to win. He has a great track record in having cases overturned. Great track record. He thinks of the big picture. He doesn't just think of the moment. He sets it up. How do you get the information about Rich Homie Quan? They filed it in the court record. They filed it in the court records. Ural doesn't like that. He can pick apart BS. Yeah. No, he didn't. He's not going loud like DK. Plus, he still entertains the killing career. Yeah. Sylvia, finish your commentary and answer question later. I'm really finished because Steele stuff is basically it's I don't have much to say about because he's still cooking, as they can say. Steele is still cooking. I can play the let me play the video, but he's still cooking. I don't have much to say about it. What about Rich Homie Quan? He was subpoenaed, and someone else signed his subpoena for him to be court. Means there to be there or get out in cuffs. Old girl did. You got to remember, CC. If they're not in this state, they cannot force them to come. They cannot force them to come. Now, if they're in this state, does he live in the state of Georgia? You guys know more than I do. Does he live in the state of Georgia? And if he has to perform, if he has to go out of town, if he has stuff that he's already committed to, they won't be able to make him come. Oh, he lives in Georgia. Okay, so then maybe they're gonna make him come. But remember, they gave the subpoena to someone else on behalf of him. So I don't know how well they will count. Because he could say, well, I didn't see him. He's been traveling and I'm the only one that had subpoena. I called him. I wasn't able to contact him. The person could say that. They don't have proof that that person actually talked to him because he is not the one who actually got it. He's coming, but I bet he takes the fifth. You think he's coming? Well, if he does come, I'll be there. I'll let you guys know. You say he ain't booked? Oh, he ain't booked nowhere. Oh my God, y'all clowning the guy. Stop it. All right, let me go ahead and play this. Randy say he gonna ghost him. Look, they can't get what's the name to come? They can't get the other ones to come. Like Bootsy and not Bootsy, oh Lord. What's his name? Lil Wayne, they can't get Lil Wayne to come. You see how they was talking? I mean, one thing about those entertainers, they got lawyers to represent them. They like lawyers to come in and say something for them, and it would stand. So I don't know. Remember, Drake was supposed to be testifying on that other guy's case, and never brought him out. They have no blood, I thought. Okay, and you remember, none of the people that they subpoenaed to come really did them any good justice. No matter what, they were not satisfied with none of that stuff that there was those people that they have up so far. I'm talking about like DK, Tick, Bean, Bennett. None of them was any good for them. Being subpoenaed doesn't mean that they're going to be good witnesses for the state. Okay, so far the state is having a hard time. That's why they're having fits, arresting people to come and stuff like that. It would be a great thing in the world if he comes and wear a Jeffrey Williams shirt. Did you hear what you said? Yes, bring Tick back. Bring Tick back. No, they done. Tick is done. Tick was excused permanently, so he's not coming back. And they did not have a good time right now. All right, let me go ahead and play this for you guys. Hold on, let me play. Steele is cooking, y'all. He's cooking some beans and rice.
All right. I want to go through the records. I just want to make sure I got them correctly for the Jeffrey, I'm calling it Jeffrey's phone, but 8553 number. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And we could use any phones that you need, by the way. But on the 8553 number, we have in evidence the entirety of the return that you received for that phone. And that's a AT&T phone. Am I correct?
I believe that is correct, yes.
If I'm wrong, please, I'm not trying to get it wrong. Okay, and I believe that that is admitted, Jeffrey's phone is in evidence now as 137EA. Does that sound right?
That does sound right.
Okay. And that is the AT&T. You can confirm that?
Yes, it's AT&T records.
All right. Now, according to all those records that you have, they should span from approximately January 2015 through, I believe it's June, but correct me, 2015. If I'm wrong, just please make it right.
I think that is the time frame, or at least it's close to the time frame. Well, now that I'm looking at the account notes, I think we got. Did you say June or July? I'm sorry, sir. My
If
apologies.
it's July, that's great. Just
It looks like January through July we have account information, and the account appears to be closed July 15th, 2015.
okay. So we have it. And do you know what day in January you started it, or they gave it to you? I guess.
Well, the first notes I see is January 8th, but I think it probably is January 1st. I wouldn't have picked a random January 8th for starting subscriber or starting account information, the request, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, and of course it makes sense. All right. Now, Jimmy Winfrey's number that we believe through your investigation, that ends in the 3383 number. Can you please make sure that's true?
That is true, sir.
All right. I'd like you to tell the jury, using any records that, by the way, you need, whether it is true that, hold on one second. Let me get my notes so I don't mess this up. Can I have 1 second, Your Honor?
Sure.
I apologize. Give me 1 second, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, I got it. Thank you so much. Okay, now, using Jeffrey's records, is it fair to say that you can search those records to determine how many times phones connected or tried to connect?
Sure, yes.
All right. I am going to ask Haley Hackenwald if she's available to use it to show Jeffrey's record return, okay?
Okay.
If you need to see anything from that, just, you're guiding us. And if the honorable court can permit that to be used on the screen, it's already admitted into evidence, Your Honor.
What exhibit number, just for purposes of reference, are we talking about?
It is exhibit number 137E.
Echo?
Yep.
Okay.
And it's the entirety
All right, sir.
of the document. And just for the jurors to note, and there's nothing wrong with it, but you pulled out, or the state pulled out just a section of those. I'm using the entire record return, okay?
Correct, sir.
All right. Now, with regards to Jimmy Winfrey, in April 2015, so I'm including the entire month, okay? Contacts between Jeffrey's phone, the number which is 8553, and Mr. Winfrey's phone, 3383. Do you know how many times that they tried to connect?
Off the top of my head, no, sir.
Can she run a search? If you need to run it, you'll run it. I mean, whatever you want. She'll do it right in front of you. Okay, so Haley put in 3383. That's the Mr. Winfrey phone, okay?
Sure.
All right, now, do you see where it is highlighted and you see the date?
Yes, sir.
All right. Can we go to, and we could do them all, but I was going to just do April first. Is that okay?
Search or cross-examination.
Can you go to April first? Okay, we should be in April. So if you go back to April 1, scroll up. Okay, that starts April 1, about now, and it should be on page, let's see what page that would be. You have to keep going. That's, yeah, there it is. Well, it starts at 4/1/15, and do you see the item number being 3810?
Yes, sir.
All right. And then if we go down that whole month, just go slowly. And the first time we see a hit between Jimmy Winfrey's number, the 3383, and Jeffrey Williams' number, just tell us what day and time that would be.
I mean, it looks like we jumped, but the first one I see is that 4/29/15.
Okay. And we have to do our conversion, correct? Because these are the AT&T records.
That's correct, sir.
So do you know how to do that conversion on this by looking at it?
Well, sure. So it looks like the column, well, I guess it'd be the third column from the left. So we're in like the 5,400, 23 or whatever, if you want to pick whichever one. I guess it's 24 for that first highlighted portion. So we look for the third column over, kind of what was just highlighted there, and 0010. So subtract 4 from that for this time of the year, and then we would get the number. So that's about 8:10 p.m. is what I would say it is.
Eastern Standard Time.
Correct, sir. Converting it to Eastern Standard Time, correct.
Exactly. So, and just for the jurors to know, the number all the way to the left, and you said it is the 5,400 and either 24th or 25th item listed on the calls. Is that fair?
That's fair, yes, sir.
And then the next column is the date, which is 4/29/15, right?
Yes, sir.
And then the next column, as you said, is military time, so it would be just after midnight, 12:10.
Yep, so it's UTC time, so it's the Universal Time Coordinated, or GMT, or Zulu, it goes by the same thing. So that's the time for the Greenwich Mean Time, Universal Time Coordinated. So depends on where this phone is at this time, but yes, if it was Eastern Standard Time, that would be 8:10 p.m.
And then we flip it back, that's how you got the 8:10 from the right after midnight.
Correct, sir.
Okay, the next one is, do you need the column, the next column is 0:03, you see that?
If my memory serves me correct, that's the time it takes in which for the phone to be answered, like it's ring time basically. And then the fourth column is the connection, how long the phone was actually connected.
So the phone was connected in this call, 0,
Yes,
okay, meaning it did not connect.
correct. Did not connect if that fourth column is showing 0 and the other one's 3, then that's it ringing. Correct, sir.
And then the next column is do you know if that's the initiating number, the number that's being called, the number that's initiating the call?
From my memory, I think that first column is originating number. Yep, originating number. And that next column is a terminating number, which receiving number.
Okay, so it's Mr. Winfrey's phone calling Mr. Jeffrey Williams' phone,
Correct, sir.
not being answered, fair to say?
Yes, that's what appears from this one.
Okay, and there's 2 of them in a row. It's the 5,424, that's all the way on the left, bottom, second column from the end, and then 5,425 call. You see that?
Correct, sir. Yes.
And that's the same thing. So it's Mr. Winfrey's phone calling Jeffrey Williams' phone, and neither time does it connect.
That's what appears.
And
Correct.
in the entire month of April of 2015, those are according to these records, those are the entirety of the contact between those phones.
Yes, for these records, for this number, that's correct.
Okay. Now, there should be one on the next page, I believe, if we go down. You see that? And it's 5426, so it's really the next sequence, same time, same date, 4/29/15.
Correct, sir.
And that again is Mr. Winfrey's originating number. Is that right? Or did I do that wrong? You see that?
No, I'm looking at it. I'm just trying to figure out. Yeah, so the originating number, and there's 3 numbers listed, but yes, Winfrey's is that top one, the 8553 is the middle one, the 991 is that bottom one.
Okay. And do you see in the features that's highlighted to the right, See that?
Yes, sir.
You see the VM? Do you know remember what that stands for?
Sure. So I think I do, but there's a key that comes with every return that tells you what it is. And VM, I believe, is voicemail.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And the next one is CFB. You remember what that is?
Oof, I'd have to look for that one. I know the NOIP, talking about like network types and whatnot. But yeah, I'd have to look for CFB in the key.
Let me just see if this helps you. May I approach, Your Honor?
You may, sir.
Yes, sir.
Need to mark it as an exhibit. Okay. For identification.
Sure. I'll mark it, Mr. Williams, today's date, number 1 ID. Is that okay? Do you have a pen up there?
I do have a marker.
No, okay.
It'll write. I mean,
Sure.
what do you want me to write, sir?
Mr. Williams, 1, the number 1 ID is for identification.
Do we have that already, Christine? You may have to just mark it next sequential exhibit.
Whatever you tell me. And you can leave it up there in case this helps you during your testimony. Okay,
Sorry, Chris.
we'll make that 223.
Okay, all right. For identification. All right, that's fine.
223 is fine. Thank you. And just tell the jurors what I handed you, if you don't mind, just explain it to them.
It's the AT&T record key that I was speaking of.
Just explain what that does.
It's kind of like the directions to make interpreting cell phone records, that response, easier. So all these kind of like short letters, it makes it mean something. It's just like a legend or a key on a map. It just kind of tells you how to read it.
Can you tell us what CFB stands for, if you don't mind?
Call forwarding subscriber busy.
Okay, and you know what that means, I assume?
I mean, I know what call forwarding is, and I know what it means to be busy.
Okay, and does that explain these numbers?
It likely forwarded and then went to a voicemail, hence the VM.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so again, there's no contact that we know of on these records. When I say contact, I'm not saying the phones don't connect on those occasions on the same date about the same time, but we can't tell if there's any communication. Fair to say.
There's contact. There is a time. So it was connected for a period of time, but that could be the voicemail, right? So we do see 4 seconds, but that could be, again, connection to voicemail.
And other than, and just complete it, if you don't mind, Haley, just show the jury and Agent Racy the rest of April. That is the only time that these two phones are attempted to connect according to the AT&T records of Mr. Williams for these phone numbers. Is that fair?
For this phone number for that month, correct.
All right. Now, it says in the search that you see Haley did for the 3383 number in the top right,
Yes, sir.
for the entirety from January 1, 2015 to July 15, 2015, we have 78 total hits. Fair to say?
Fair to say.
And what we just looked at were 3 total hits, even though they were on the same date, almost at the same time, because I just looked at the time and they were all approximately 8:10 Eastern Standard Time. Fair to say?
Yes, sir.
All right. If the jurors will have this in evidence, but that is everything on Mr. Winfrey for the, according to these phone records, between the two in the month of April that we are investigating. True?
For this phone record, yes.
Okay. All right. Now, I'd like to, you talked about YSL Duke, YSL Entertainment maybe Inc. Duke phone, or Duke YSL Entertainment phone, something like that. Do you remember that subscriber information?
Objection, Your Honor, to assume effects not evidence with the ink or something.
I sustain the objection. You can refresh.
What was the, do you remember what the code is?
It was, the subscriber name was YSL Duke.
Okay, thank you. Now, that number for the jurors, just so we know that to be, we're talking about the same thing, that ends, and if you need the whole number, just say it, but that ends in the 5790 number. Is that fair to say?
I believe that is correct.
All right. Now, through no fault of your own, but we don't have any historical cellular tower information for that phone. True?
That is true. I just did a subpoena, so we don't have the cell site location data for that phone, correct?
All right. And I'd like to talk with you, though, about that number. Now, you know Duke, or YSL Duke maybe, or Duke YSL, to be associated with, I'm not saying there's not other people, but associated with a gentleman named Martinez Arnold. Is that fair to say?
Fair to say.
And you identified him from two different, a video that the jurors saw and a photograph that the jurors saw. Do you remember those?
That's correct, sir.
All right. Now, you know that Martinez Arnold or Duke or YSL Duke, whatever, same person. You know from that video that you took off the internet from the blogger. When I say you know, I guess we don't know, but you believe, based on your investigation, you have a good faith belief.
I heard him.
that
Hey, Eric, where you been?
He was also in the state of Louisiana, along with Mr. Williams, on stage on the evening of Saturday night, April 25, 2015. Is that correct?
I would agree with that.
All right. Now, that cell phone, because we don't have the tracking information, meaning we can't do like what you do with Jeffrey's phone and say, hey, I see the phone going from Louisiana to Alabama to Georgia. We don't know, we don't have that for Mr. Martinez Arnold / YSL Duke or Duke YSL phone, right?
I would agree with that.
All right. So we don't, and if you do know, please correct me, but you don't know whether Mr. Arnold or Duke or YSL Duke had that phone with him in April of 2015, do you?
No, I don't have location information, so I can't like overlay it with the video of him being in Louisiana, no.
Okay. Now, a phone could be in the name of YSL Duke, but that phone could be with, me or you. It's possible, right?
Correct. I don't know who has the device in their hand.
All right. Now, I'd like to, I'm not saying that this is noteworthy to the jurors, but I'd like to go through with you, if you don't mind, the calls.
We're gonna object to the commentary.
I stand.
Sure.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Using Jeffrey Williams cellular telephone records,
Okay.
I'd like to also look at the 5790 hits for the for Mr. what I call Martinez Arnold's or YSL Duke phone, okay? So if Haley can do that search, and if she's doing anything wrong, you correct her, okay? You can see what she's doing. Did you do this? Did you look at how many times those phones connect?
Generally, but not, and I did it for a lot of phones, but I can't tell you that I did it for this phone, for this time, for this the way that you're doing it. So,
Okay.
But yes, I did look at the who's communicating to who at some level.
All right. Well, let's look at how many times these phones cross or connect. And Haley put in, she didn't put in the first three numbers, but she did put in correctly, and make sure it's correct, the 815-5790. Is that fair to say?
It appears correct.
All right. And you get back 62 total hits on Mr. Williams' cell phone records. That's from January 1, 2015 to July 15, 2015. Fair to say?
Fair to say.
All right. Now, I'm skipping. I'm just doing that because I'm trying to get to the relevant month.
I understand, sir.
But so she'll scroll down if she doesn't mind, if Haley does not mind. Let's scroll down to, we were in January, now February. There's March, so a little slower. And it's on the screen. It's March 17th. Now she's up to March. Okay, go back if you don't mind. Go back if you don't mind. Okay, she's at March 26th. And you see the two phones connect. You see the Jeffrey Williams. This is Jeffrey Williams records, and then you see the YSL Duke 5790 highlighted in blue. You see that?
I do see that, sir.
Okay, and that's on March 26th of 2015, a couple of times. You see that?
I do.
All right. And then the next time that these two phones connect would be, according to these records, would be May 12th, 2015. You see that?
I do.
So there is no connection between the YSL Duke, Martinez Arnold, subscriber phone and Jeffrey Williams records that is in evidence. You agree with that?
The records we have, correct, sir.
All right. And we don't know if Martinez Arnold had this phone number with him while in the state of Louisiana on the relevant days, which is April 25, 2015, going into April 26, 2015.
I do not know that, correct, sir.
Okay. I'd like to go to a phone that I think you referred to it as the YSL Enterprises phone. If I didn't, just correct me if I'm wrong. Is that true? Is that what you were referring to?
There's two phones that we went over that we entered into evidence that are labeled YSL Enterprise.
YSL Enterprise. I'd like to talk with you about the 1990 phone, okay? Just orient yourself, tell me when you're
That's
ready.
that main phone, 1990.
Yes, sir. I believe this. I have it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And that phone, you from your extensive investigation, you know that phone to be used by Jeffrey's sister known as Dolly. Is that fair to say?
I think that's fair to say. That's what we believe. Yes.
Okay. So, and I understand that the state was using, and you were using, YSL, help me, Enterprises?
Enterprise.
But I'd like to just, for an individual, if you agree with it, I'd like to just call it Dolly's phone, if that's okay, if that's accurate. Does that sound right?
Yeah, we believe that to be the phone. Again, we don't know who's holding it, but we believe that's correct, sir.
All right. So using the 1990 phone, not just this YSL Enterprise, but Dolly's phone, and the jurors heard your testimony, I'd like to know whether it would be okay with you, if it helps you, for Haley to do a search on how many times Jeffrey Williams' phone, which is again 8553, connects with the Dolly 1990 phone, okay? Is that
Sure.
okay?
Yeah.
All right. And she is putting it in, and she put it in, just make sure it looks right to you, the 583-1990, and she has 174 hits. You see that?
Yes.
And that again, January 1, 2015, July 15, 2015, right?
Yes.
All right. And if we can go to our, month at issue, which is April, and just see how many times Jeffrey's phone and Dolly's.
Hold on. Somebody's putting misinformation in the chat. Somebody put in, Renette, you said that Roscoe, it was Mondo. He admitted he worked for Fonnie Willis before she was a Fulton DA. No, she represented him in a case. He didn't say he worked for her. He said that she represented him on a case. That was his attorney. Not that he worked for her. She was his lawyer, not she worked for her. Guys, we got to stop putting misinformations in the chat. Verify your sources before you do that. Because we don't want to throw out stuff that's not correct. We don't want to put out stuff that's not correct. We got to correct ourselves. And if we don't know, say we don't know. Just not throw out stuff that's not correct.
Phone connect. And we're starting at April 1 of 2015, okay?
But he still did not work with her. She worked for him. That's some still misinformation. She worked for him. She was his lawyer. She was his lawyer. They didn't work together. She represented him. So we have to make sure we say the correct words, y'all. Just like if I make a mistake, come back and tell you, hey, y'all, I was wrong about this. We got to put out the correct stuff. Seriously. We try to strive on doing things correct over here. Not rumors and stuff like that. If we can't verify the stuff that we're saying, we shouldn't say it. That's all. And I'm just correcting. Just like you guys correct me. Hey, I am so glad that some of you guys correct me when I'm wrong. We can't always be right all the time.
So if you can go up, we'll just start at April 1, if you can go the other way. And that is going to be, April 1 should be contact, or it says item 3, and Haley's highlighting 3810. You see that?
I do, sir.
All right, now let's see how many times these two phones connect in April 2015. You see the first connection on item number 4208? That's
Yeah.
wrong, I said it wrong.
Yeah.
4218?
18, yes, sir.
Okay, and you see the date as the 6th day of April 2015?
Correct.
And the time, and I know you have to do your conversion, so what time would that be?
So that's 2000. So -4 would be 16. So convert that to basically local time, would be 4:26.
One more time?
I think I might have.
No, you did it.
It's so it's 6:26 -4. I'm sorry, because a 24-hour clock, that's 10 o'clock. That's 10 p.m. I'm sorry. That's 8 p.m. -4. Yeah. So I was correct the first time. 4:26 p.m. I'm sorry.
And we're talking about our time here in Atlanta.
Correct. We're talking about Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, and then that is a 17-second time for until the phones connect. Is that how you understand the seizure time?
Yes, we can go back to the key, but
Yeah,
yeah,
please.
it's my understanding I think that's the ring time for AT&T. Correct. Seizure time is the time it takes to connect the call, measured from the moment the caller presses send to when the call is connected. So I was correct. The dial time.
Yeah, this is the rings.
Correct, sir.
Each ring between is about 4 seconds. Does that sound right, if you know that?
I mean, that sounds correct.
Okay.
I wouldn't argue with you.
The next one is ET. That's the ending time, or it's probably a better word for that.
It calls it elapsed time at the duration of the transaction.
Okay. So this is 0, so they didn't speak.
Correct.
Correct. And then you have the originating number is the Dolly phone, right? The 1990.
That is correct.
And then calling Jeffrey's phone, the 8553. Fair to say?
Correct.
And then the next one is pretty much the same time, same day. It's again, Dolly calling Jeffrey, same result, no answer. Right?
Correct.
And then the next time is right underneath it. Same time, same issue, and it's a 3-second, and it says what you told us again, remember, all the way in the right-hand side, the voicemail. You see that?
Yes, I do,
So
sir.
it could be a voice, it could be, I'm not saying it is, but it could be a voicemail message.
I mean, the records say VM voicemail.
Okay, okay. And then if you go to the next one, that they connect. So it looked like it's about a week later on the 13th of April 2015, and it's item number 4496.
Yes, sir.
And again, this now is, the originating number is Jeffrey, if I did that right, calling his sister Dolly. Fair to say?
It's fair to say.
Okay, and again, it looks like it did not go through. Is that right?
Correct.
All right. And then the next time that they speak,
You see how Steele is cooking this? Because the way the state made it seem as if the calls that was going to the calls and the phone that was in Atlanta, it was some sort of setup that they were doing. But now the way Steele is making it seem like a family member's calling a family member. What's wrong with that type of thing? So the story is told. You can have the same evidence and have different stories on that evidence. So who are you going to believe? What makes sense and what doesn't make sense?
is pretty much the same time. It's the same issue, just rings, no answer, no
I love the
conversation,
way
as far as we
Steele
can
is
tell
doing
from the
this.
records.
The story he's
Correct.
given.
Okay. And then the next time that these two phone numbers connect, that's May 9th. You see that?
Yes, sir.
2015. And that is Jeffrey calling his sister. Again, they don't connect. You see that?
Yes.
All right. But now we're in the month of May, right?
Correct.
So for the entirety of the month of April, according to the records, these phones connect on 4/6, 4/13 without any type of communication that we could tell. Is that true?
For the 416, that,
And the 406, 4/13 and 4/6, yes. April 6th and April 13th.
correct.
Okay. All right. I would like to just talk about the items in Jeffrey's phone. Do you see that Jeffrey's phone has, let's see, how many total items between January 1 and the 15th of July, 2015?
Okay, I know you guys want to know how the jury were when all of this was going to cross examination. Well, Kiki, are you there? Are you in the chat now? Kiki, are you here? Maybe Kiki could hit the link and give her perspective of what she saw in the courtroom. I thought I saw her in here. I saw two Kikis in here. So is it K-I or K-E in here? Which one? I know it's K-E I'm looking for. So because K-I was in here earlier. Kiki, you here? Hit the link, Kiki. I wanted her to give her perspective of what she saw and how things are in the courtroom. I know she has a graduation to go to in the morning, so I don't want to hold her. She's probably getting herself together. But anyway, what I did see, I told you earlier that some of the jurors were looking at me, and I noticed how they changed seatings, right? They changed seating from where they're normally sitting. Kiki, are you coming up? Hit the link, Kiki. You in the bed, but you don't have to show your face. You don't have to show your face. You want to call in? You want to call in, Kiki? You can call in. You can call in. I'll put the number in the chat. That's for Kiki to call in. Nobody else calling in. Just Kiki. Don't be using that number. If you're not Kiki, don't use that number. Kiki is in here. Annabelle, Kiki is in here. Kiki, you want to call that number? Is this a Kiki I met or is it another Kiki? Which Kiki is it? This is the Kiki I met today, right, Kiki? Y'all don't see Kiki? Kiki's right here. Oh, Pastor coming up, y'all. Pastor, I say Kiki. Why you come on up in here, Pastor? Hey, Pastor. Michael.
Hey, Miss Sylvia.
Oh, okay. So we got 3 Kikis up in this room. We got K-I, K-E, K-E, and another K-E, K-E. Okay, it's too many Kikis, man. It's too many y'all. Kiki, do you love me? Okay, we don't have the right Kiki in there. Okay, our Kiki is not here. So Pastor is here, y'all. Hi, Pastor.
Hey, Miss Sylvia.
How you doing, Michael?
Looking at this buffoonery, I want to know, can we get the year 2018? Just skip some years?
Well, they gotta go through the what's the name? Okay, yeah, they want me to go back to the jury conversation. All right, from today, the jury, I told y'all they switched seats. Some of them did, not everybody, not the 3 in the front. They did not switch seats, but the ones in the middle row, they switched seats. And the one that I guess felt I was looking at her too much, because I was just staring through that thing, looking through the to see the movement and stuff like that. They switched seats. The young guy that was sitting in the back, he's now sitting next to the one that saw me staring at her. Right. So today I would say there was more movement, more attentive, even though they were late. This one juror was late coming in. One juror was late coming in. So Kiki said, y'all had me stressed. Because it's 3 Kikis in here. It's 3. K-I, K-I, K-E, K-E, and then another K-E, K-E. I think K-E, K-E, the other K-E, she put something else on her name. The other one, not you, but the other one put something else. Yeah, it's too many Kikis in here. They're going to tell the lady on me? Who's going to tell the lady on me? Hey, if the lady knows, if somebody tell the lady on me, that means that that somebody's watching and she's talking about the case with her, so they're gonna get in trouble. So they better stay quiet. If I was them, I would stay real quiet. I would stay real quiet if I was them.
Miss Sylvia, someone said that the judge say something about them being late. I'm pretty sure he didn't.
No, he didn't. No, he can't. I mean, stuff happens. They didn't say anything about it. They call in, say they're gonna be late, and that's it. What are they gonna do? Kick them off? Hold them in contempt? No, they coming in. Things happen. Life is happening in Georgia.
So here's the most craziest thing, Miss Kiki. Going back, Kiki. Jesus Christ. There's a lot of Kikis in here. Miss Sylvia, going back to, I think it was day 77. I'm gonna say 75 when you was telling us.
I know you're not telling me days, and I don't even know what day it is anymore.
It was day 75 when you was telling us about the jury selection. The federal constitution says that yes, they have up until November, but looking further into it, they can have layover jurors. Okay.
That's federal. We need to know
Oh,
what's.
you know what? We is in civil. You know what?
We're not civil. We're not civil. State. We're in
I'm
state.
in state. So yeah, I gotta go back and do my homework. I'm just hoping that it just ends about like November because looking at the super cop today, I've never seen a person do this. Okay, not unless they was praying to God. All right. I mean, those are the praying hands, and he look a little bit too excited to ask some questions to be a super cop, and I call him a super cop because he like my man Jack Bauer, Kiefer Sullivan on 24. He does everything, but he's not an expert. I am confused. All right. Just like you said, I am confused on how they say use depicted, but y'all can grab all of this stuff off the internet. Y'all wasn't there. Y'all don't know nobody that was there. Y'all ain't got no wiretaps. And like he said, he figured or he thinks that Jeffrey Williams has the phone. I thought you're supposed to prove that Jeffrey Williams has that phone or he's nearby. So we gonna try to convict the person and believe that, oh well, it's a
Faster.
yes, ma'am.
Why do you always change our topics when we're talking about something?
Oh, I didn't know what topic we was talking about.
I was talking about the jurors.
Oh, the jurors.
My Lord, y'all. Pastor come up in here and change everything. But anyway, guys, as I was calling Kiki to come up here to give her perspective of what she has seen as far as the atmosphere in the courtroom with the jurors, what she saw at the jurors and things like that. But since we can't get Kiki up, Pastor came on up here and trying to change our topic. But let's get back on topic, Pastor.
All right.
As I was saying, what I saw today as far as the jurors, they were very I saw only a few of them writing. I saw two in the back was writing, and then I saw the one lady, our normal lady, writing. Okay, our normal lady had her eyes really pinned on Steele and Adam when they was looking at the stuff, the evidence, the clipping, the exhibit,
Clipboards.
the exhibit.
Mm-hmm.
They were looking at the exhibit and on a piece of paper, and they were checking it out. I saw her eyes looking at them, and then I saw her going like a tennis match, going back and forth, looking at looking at Hilton and looking at the witness. I did see that coming from that one witness. Did I see any frustration in some of the jurors today? Not really so much today. I heard somebody sigh, but that was somebody from the back, and I told you guys that was Yak Gotti mom. She sighed real loud, and she makes all the. She's very animated. She just, oh my God, and I'll be like trying to tell, shh, don't say too loud, because then they're gonna kick us out, that type of thing. So, but she was there. I told you Friday we're gonna do the fashion, so you're gonna see some of the family member of a different individual and how they dress alike, like that person on the defendant's side. We're gonna see that on Friday. That's gonna be my treat to you guys. So the inside of the court was pretty. The mood was pretty, like blah, not too exciting, not too dry either. The still the Maxwell, he knocked it out the box. I gave him an A. I don't care what he said. I gave him an A because he was short and to the point. He addressed it with a couple of questions and he moved on. He made the expert look like a non-expert.
He did. He did. Miss Silver, I got a question for you. I don't know if you can remember.
Are we gonna stick to the topic?
Yep.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I don't know what day it was. I just remember when Brian Stale and them came in there and they had their, I guess, big flash charts facing it to the jurors. And the state made a little teeny bit fuss and asked the judge to forewarn them if Brian Stale and them was going to do the same thing that they did. Can you kind of remember back that far, like what their mood was versus what their mood is now? What these big clippings, these big clipboards?
Sure. I don't even remember the clipboard. I
Okay.
don't remember at all. So I can't even tell you what the mood was in there because I don't remember.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm very curious, and maybe it's because they're not looking at their chafing. Well, they're I forgot how you pronounce what.
Case in chief.
Yes, because like I said, I find it funny how this long time they have not presented that to the jury, made a fuss about it when Stills and them did it, but now they get to do it. I just find that very funny. I think they are really looking at the.
Gotta also remember, it's not their turn yet. It's not the defense turn. Trust me, when defense is ready, you're gonna see some fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
So right now, it's just not their turn, and maybe they found it inappropriate for them to try to combat as a with a cross with those type of things.
Okay. From your viewers, can you ask them what do you think the jurors are looking? Who do you think that's looking more at the jurors or Love or Hilton? Because I'm noticing every
Hey,
day.
what was the question again? Because I don't understand the question.
So from the viewers, because I can't see what they writing right now. And I know you probably can. Do you think that the jurors are looking more, or do you think that Love and Hilton is looking at the channel more? Because I notice every day the judge adds a little bit more emphasis to the jurors when he lets them go. Every day, his admirations is he's adding a little bit more sauce, to it. So, what do you think? What are the people are thinking? Who's doing?
Okay, yeah, I understand his question, guys. The pastor wants to know, what do you guys think? Is it the juror looking more or the um, prosecutor looking more at this channel? Was that the question?
Yep.
Okay, what was your answer, y'all? Somebody said, Pastor ready to stomp, shout, and run across. Oh, they messing with you. Messing with you. Okay. Lamar, crazy.
Hold on, I can see it now because I'm on my cell phone. Hold on.
Pastor's ready to stop, shout, and run across the pulpit. Let him loose, Miss Sylvia. Lock the wine. They said lock the wine up for the pastor. The judge thinks that they're going looking at the chat. The judge thinks that they are looking at the chat. Please get off.
Somebody put the pastor had too many juices and cookies. Jesus Christ.
Y'all crazy. What is wrong with y'all? Okay, we don't want to see.
I see prosecutors. I see prosecutors.
They say love is classy, huh?
Somebody said neither.
Y'all get
overruled pastor. You know what?
Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus.
Good night, pastor. Oh, they really going in tonight.
Pastor, can I ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you watching it today all day?
No, I kind of left, and then I came back, and Stills was on. When they get to talking, I kind of leave sometimes. I'll be waiting for the cross, to tell the truth, because, you know, from my point of view, especially with the judge, they're already, even though I know some of this is foul on the law, I think they're just playing a very crooked game. Too many overrules. I think my piece this week is just not hearing Miss Love, but she will be back. Okay. Hilton knows how to be quiet. Okay. She don't go back and forth with the judge. All right. That's one good thing that I can say about Hilton. But no, I got on when Shard started asking them questions, and then I ended off with Brian Stills. Yep.
Okay.
And I'm hoping Brian Stills and them go very slow. Okay. And rip him apart, because Stills was cooking today. Yeah, he was cooking. And then the super cop, he was making me mad because once again he was a little bit too eager. I don't know too many people that's too eager to answer the questions. I know you're there, but he was like super cop on steroids. I don't get it. You just grab pictures off the internet, like I said before. Anybody can grab pictures. I've been on since you got on, Miss Sylvia, and a lot of things you said was right, man. These YouTubers, they're lying, they putting things together. You know, we see it. You know, shout out to Shetty Nash. You know, we like the way that he do it. I don't get it, but I'm just praying that Thug and them make it out of this. Who's Brian Stills? Oh,
You said Steels.
oh, I did. You're right. I put an S on his name. You're right. Yeah, I'm just praying that, you know, they make it out of it. You know, the crazy thing is, not going too far into it. 2018, my cousin got killed in Fulton County.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Now, I don't know if it was a if gang thing or whatever the situation may be, but he got killed. My other little cousin that came to Georgia to work with him, he wind up taking the baby when there was a shootout. Now he is doing time because they feel though that he was tampering with evidence because they want to know, quote unquote, was he a part of whatever gang down there? So he came down there just to visit my cousin. I'm not going to say no names, you know. But Fulton County is a very greedy place. And these prosecutors, they're going to play very dangerous. I wouldn't move down to Fulton County if they paid me to. I ain't going to lie. So I'm hoping Thug and them make it out. Because this case is not being tried right. I'm not a lawyer. Don't know too much about the legal law system. But it don't take a rocket scientist to see that this case, as far as us, human justice is not being tried right. But hoping that it all fall apart on them too. That's what I'm hoping.
Somebody said, Pastor, take a comfort break.
Take a comfort break, like Judge
Yeah, I made a mistake earlier, right? Because we was doing acronyms and stuff like that, and I call ourselves if. We're not the if. We IS group, Infamous Sylvia group, family. We're not because I had put the infamous family IF. I was like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. We can't use IF. No, 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 no. We gotta use ISF if anything. No IF. Not the F gang. We're not that. No, no, no.
Somebody holler out past it.
You, Pastor.
Say that one again.
They said, did you used to be in the If gang? What's
Nope. Nope. I just say that. Somebody holler out. Don't have Hilton be at your house tomorrow. Oh.
Oh wow. Danielle says, shut the chat down. I can't stop
Just
laughing.
Stop laughing.
Y'all, Pastor.
You trying to get us on a Rico.
Pastor, how much Jesus juice did you have tonight?
How much did I have tonight?
How much Jesus juice did you have tonight?
I had about like 3 cups of Jesus juice.
Y'all was right. Y'all hit it on the nail. Man, y'all. We should have played the lottery. Y'all hit it right on the nail. Which one of y'all said Pastor had some drinks, some communion tonight? Somebody said Pastor on that holy water. Yeah, y'all right. Y'all hit it right. How y'all know he was drinking?
I'm a little calm today.
How y'all know he was drinking? How did y'all know the pastor was drinking?
I don't drink number one.
Oh, he said, I think we have come to a
stopping point.
natural stopping point. Okay, thank you. Somebody said they could tell the pastor. Oh wow.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, it is almost 12 o'clock, and it's been wonderful, guys.
Yes, it has. Y'all have made my night tonight. Okay. Laughter is always good.
Yeah, they go to pastor, y'all. They go to pastor.
Y'all be blessed. Until tomorrow, how we say round 78.
Let me see your cup, pastor.
Oh, I'm.
They go to red cup, y'all.
Yeah, they go to red cup. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We gonna say good night to the pastor.
Good night, y'all. Peace and blessings.
All right, guys. Here we go. Let's do our closing, our prayer. Pastor's gone. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent. All right. We see you guys tomorrow. And have a great and wonderful evening. Be blessed. Night, night.